Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Heather and I just love books. Like so many of us, my dream would absolutely be just to be able to read my books full time, but unfortunately that is not an option. I am a girly in full-time work. I have a house to pay for, but my absolute hobby is just reading books, so any spare time that I get is dedicated to that. So I thought that it would be fun to do a realistic what I read in a week as a girl with a full-time job and a book addiction. Let's go. I hope you can see me okay. I'm kind of using the front camera, so I hope it looks all right. The first book that I'm going to be picking up, I've read chapter 1 already, but it's The Inmate by Frida McFadden. This is actually the Works Book Club pick of the month, so at least I'm blending my books and my hobby at work, which helps a little bit. I'm actually working from home today, so I think I can get a couple of chapters read on my lunch break, but also I've got a KFC on the way, so I keep looking out the window. You know, you've got something coming, I am ready to eat. So I'll be enjoying that in a few minutes, and I am just stood by the window waiting for it because who doesn't do that when they've got a takeaway coming? Yeah, so I am also going to use my lunch break to start Gilmore Girls. So I might have mentioned it before, but I've never seen it before. But everybody says that it is like the perfect autumn fall vibes kind of show. So I know that my partner Liam, he's not going to be interested in watching it, so it's very much going to be on my own time. But I thought I'd read a couple of chapters and then while I'm on my lunch break, watch episode 1 and eat some food before I have to get back to work this afternoon and then do some more reading this evening. So I'll keep you updated. Comment below if you want to hear how I'm getting on with Gilmore Girls. If you love it, have you watched it? Tell me stuff. Don't spoil it, obviously. Do not put any spoilers on. But I'm really excited for it. So yeah, comment below. Maybe we can have like a chat and a discussion about how I'm finding it, and I'll keep you updated on it if that's what you want to see. And yeah, I will obviously include bookstore too, and I'll keep going with the what I'm reading this week. But yeah, okay. I think my food's here, so I've got to go. Bye. I can't lie to you, it has been 4 days since my last update, so I think I last did something for the clips on Monday when I was working from home. The entire working week has passed, and it is now Saturday afternoon at that. So I've done a terrible job of keeping this updated. It's just been the most busy week. I work in recruitment. I don't think I've mentioned that, and I work in school recruitment in the UK. The schools have just reopened, so it's been the most manic week at work. I'm back on full hours. I've been working like 7 a.m. till 5, and then had stuff in the evening. I've still managed to get bits of reading done, but just being able to pick up this and film has been so difficult. I feel like that's what it's going to be like for the next few months at least. Just absolutely crazy. So these clips might be very sporadic. I don't actually know how much there will be in terms of content for this video because it's a week of reading, so we'll see how that goes. I did actually manage to finish The Inmate by Frida McFadden. I only finished it yesterday in the morning before work, so I feel like it's not been too long for that update, but I haven't started my next book yet, which isn't great. So maybe we'll get through one in a bit books this video. I've got a couple of bits to do this weekend that I might bring you along with, so hopefully there'll be some other content to check this out. Otherwise, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. But the update on The Inmate. I ended up rating this book 3 stars. I was actually torn between a 2 and a 3. And actually, if you look at the ratings on this one on Goodreads, it is like a 4 star on there. So I feel like we're in the minority. I haven't got everybody's thoughts yet for the book club at work because we're not looking at it until September 20th together. But on the off the hand comments that I've heard so far from people, not many people have enjoyed this one. I can kind of see why. The reason I've rated it a 3 because a 3 for me is something that I could recommend. I wouldn't always recommend a book that is my favourite, but something that I can see its merits of that I would pass on to somebody else. And I think this does have that. I just think for me, I've read better mysteries and thrillers than this. I thought the premise of the story was really good, but the writing wasn't my favourite. I won't give any spoilers, so there definitely won't be any spoilers in this, but considering it's only 300 pages, it wasn't very captivating in terms of like need to know. I still read it pretty quickly. It's a very easy read. But in terms of the twist, and that is realistically what you're reading like a mystery thriller type book for, That is really what is supposed to pull this together. I think for me, this had a lot of moving parts all the way through when I was, pulling out things from the story that I think you're supposed to, or had my suspicions about certain things that were coming together, but I just could not figure out a way to link them. And when the twist came around in the end and the way you kind of linked it all together, I just thought it wasn't very well done. It was quite unconvincing in terms of the things you know about the character's past, and obviously figuring out what happened in the past to the present, and just knowing those things. It just was not convincing. There were certain things that were unanswered about events within the book that just were missed, and that hit a problem for me. The reason it would be a 3 is because I do think, like, obviously from the Goodreads rating, people do enjoy it, but I can see why certain readers would enjoy it if they're not super familiar, or this kind of easy read, fast paced kind of genre book is just something that people absolutely love. And in my own mum rated it 5 stars. So for that, it is something that I could recommend as an interesting story with a good twist. And not I didn't see it coming, but because I found it unconvincing. Whereas for other people, not being able to see it coming and having that, I guess, shock element would be what bumps it up. So that would be why I don't want to think about it, go into it too much, because I don't want to seem as though I am being too negative about it. But that was my kind of overall thoughts, and I do need to pick up my next book and get it started, hopefully within this video, so we can read it together. I already know what's going to be, so I'll show you now actually. If you don't already know, then you must be living under a rock. But Elsie Silver's new book came out. It's Wild Eyes, and it's book 2 in the Rosehill series. This is not on my TBR for this month, if you saw my TBR video, but I just can't wait to read it. I feel like I definitely want to get it read before any spoilers and things kind of come out for it, and I'm just really in the mood for this after reading The Inmate, just for something that I feel like I can confidently say I'm going to enjoy. So I'm really excited to get this read. I reckon, I have got some stuff on this weekend, not too much. Like, mostly we are just chilling at home together. But we've actually started watching Peaky Blinders for the first time. No spoilers, please. And I feel like we are binge watching it. So we're already halfway through season 4, season 3 or season 4. I can't remember, but we're really enjoying that. So that's kind of eating into my reading time as well. So I need to prioritize some time this weekend to get more reading done. One, so I can actually update more stuff in this video, and 2, try and stay on track for my reading goal, because with reading this, I've still got, it's showing 4, but I feel like it's 5 and I don't know what the other book is. I'll have to recheck my video. I think I've definitely still got 4 books on my TBR to read this month. I don't know what I'm thinking the other one might be. I honestly cannot remember for the life of me. No, that is it. That is it. So I've still got 4 more books on my TBR to read. I don't even know what date we're on in the month of September, but I really want to read this. So I'm going to go off TBR, read this, and have some enjoyment. So I'll keep you updated. In terms of other stuff that I need to get to this weekend, I need to pop to the library because I've got 2 books on hold there to pick up and a couple of returns to put in. The opening times at my library are really terrible, so it's always closed before and after I finish work, so there's no way that I can get there, and it's got difficult opening times at the weekend, so I really need to make myself go so I don't have to extend or put any fees onto my account. So I need to go get that sorted. I'll probably bring you for that, and then other boring stuff. I'm out of lip balm. I am needing to go get some of that and some makeup remover and other bits, so I need to pop out and do those bits. I don't know if they're going to be today or tomorrow. I need to double check the opening hours, so we'll get that done. But other than that, let's just get reading this, and as quickly as possible, let's do it. It's now Sunday. I have done an absolute terrible job of this reading vlog so far. I've only read 1 book. I've barely kept you updated, but this week has been so hard between work and home and everything else to try and actually sit down and read and spend some time doing this. This is just an example of one of those weeks that really just gets away from you. I did manage this morning, because I didn't read anything yesterday. That's really bad. But I managed to sit down and read the first 40 pages of Wild Eyes. So we've been introduced to the 2 main characters of this one, which is Wes, who is Rosie's brother from the first book, Wild Love, and Skylar Stone, who is a music singer who's recording at the studio that Ford runs. We've seen Ford and Rosie already, which was really fun, and we've had kind of the meet cute of Wes and Skylar. I say meet cute, it wasn't meet cute, if that makes sense. But I guess just how they met and what happened. What I really like with all of the couples in Alfie Silver's books is that they all have like a fun or different way of meeting, and I really liked this one as well as like an introduction to the characters. So I'm not far into it. I don't really have a lot to say. 40 pages is literally the first 3 chapters. I'm about to start chapter 4. But yeah, I feel like I'm going to enjoy it. Not much to say yet, but I will do my best to actually get some reading done today and give you some updates. This should actually be the last day in the what I realistically can read in a week. To be fair, I think I started it on Monday last week. I can't actually remember, I'll have to check, but I might take it into tomorrow with another day of work and see how much I get read afterwards and close up the video tomorrow, just hopefully to try and get a few more pages put into the video. I don't know, but yeah, let's see how much we get done today. I know I mentioned in my last clip I need to go to the library, so I'm going to go and do that now, so I'll bring you along with me, and then at least you'll see something else other than me sitting in this chair telling you how I've hardly read anything at all. So let's go do that, and then we'll sit down and do some more reading. And yeah, let's go. We're actually settling in to do some reading now. I need to try and get a bit of a chunk done, so we are on page 40 when I last updated, I think, so let's go from there. I've got a cup of tea with my nice little autumn cup. Isn't that adorable? I'm literally obsessed with it. I'm fully in autumn vibes. I've got my hoodie on, I'm sitting in my comfy chair, I'm around my books. I've got some time now, so let's sit down and prioritise getting some reading done, so at least we get a semi-reasonable amount of pages complete this week. Let's enjoy. Okay, the week is officially over. I don't know if you saw, I think I got the worst possible quality clips, but I finally managed to get to the library because it was open a little bit later tonight. So I returned the 4 books that I had on loan, and I picked up another 2. I will show you. So I picked up Summer Romance by Abigail Monaghan, or Monaghan, I'm not sure what it is, but this has been everywhere over summer. But it wasn't in the works, and I was on a bit of a book buying ban, so I decided to wait to see if it came to the library, and it came over the last week, so I'm very excited to read this. And also I had Kristen Hanna Firefly Lane on loan. I do own The Nightingale, but I've heard so many good things about Kristen Hanna's books that I wanted to have a couple available to try. I will say I'm very concerned about my TBR for this month because I've only read 1 actual book off my TBR so far, and I've still got 4 more in that, plus I really want to read those, and we're going to do another pick for the workbook club soon, so I don't know how it's going to go. I'm sure I'll update on that at a later point, but yes, I managed to get to the library. That is going to be the end of this video. I look absolutely terrible because I've just got home from work, but this was not a very exciting week of reading. I only managed to read The Inmate and I'd say about 130 pages of Wild Eyes, so I'm still reading it currently. I feel like I'm struggling a little bit at the moment because work is so busy and everything is so hectic, but I'm really going to try and sit down and get some more read tonight. I am thoroughly enjoying it so far, so I will make sure that I update and let you guys know what my rating is in another video. But this was supposed to be a realistic what I actually can read in a week, and this week has just been crazy. So a short book and 100 pages of another book, about 450, 500 pages in total, which is not amazing. I will admit that. For me, that is not great. Like, I can read a good 2-3 books a week sometimes, but this is just the reality of having to work full time and trying to get videos and reading done and stuff like that. It just doesn't always happen, but I hope this video had something in that you enjoyed. I know I didn't get a lot done, but if you liked this video, then I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like. If you want to see any of the other videos that I've got coming up, then hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!